This is it, by the way. This is the whole, like, starting joke here. This just me looking like this is the whole joke. I got you. Alright. Fuck. I hit the microphone super hard. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another brand new video. And today, we're here to do more of this good old game that we like to call Tokyo Ghoul Dark War. You know, shit happens. They release new shit, so obviously I have to cover it. Oh, on the recording right now, the wire right here looks like it's part of Arima's, like, Ixa. It's kind of cool. Anyway, the main reason why I wanted to quickly make a video is, hey, SHACHI was dropped in the video game. You know, even when I was showcasing his abilities when he was first announced and released in the game, his portrait looked awesome. But obviously, I'm not a terribly huge fan of him. His abilities revolve around a new system called Toxic Blood, which basically, his first will stun anyone with Toxic Blood on them. His second will inflict Toxic Blood to people that it hits. 1 damage, but guaranteed Toxic Blood to every single person on the stage for a certain amount of seconds. His third is just a bunch of punches, which also gets a guaranteed crit when they're under Toxic Blood, and his passive is all allies deal extra damage to target with Toxic Blood. So basically, he's all around using his second to actually do things. The issue with that, I'm also gonna take off this hat. I don't like it for the most part. It's from a cosplay from like years ago, so it's all good. So I'm not a huge fan of him as a whole. And it seems like if I were to invest right now, I can't even get him guaranteed. And there's no real purpose for me to do so, just because of the fact that he's not that great of an SSR despite him being very cool looking. And additionally, there are such better SSR characters that will be coming that it's just not worth it for me to try to invest at a chance of perhaps getting him after he dropped 2 weeks after the Gourmet, when realistically before we used to have SSR events every 40 days or so. So they're probably going to speed up the schedule for SSR releases. You'll probably only be able to get every other one. So it'll be a matter of deciding which one you actually want to go in on, which is going to be a huge pain, by the way. It's going to absolutely fucking suck when they drop Arata Kuriwa and everyone wants him and spends all their gems for him. Then after that they drop SSR Kaneki and no one has any gems at all for him. So in the end, I don't know how to invest anymore, just because if it's going to be every 2 weeks, SHACHI wasn't viable, so I'll have to be reading the skills very, very closely to see just who's worth it to invest in. Kuriwa in the Rata thing, despite looking awful, he looks stupid. I will be straight up with you. He has some of the best skills in the game, for the most part, for my own opinion. First, we'll compare him to SHACHI, and I'll point out kind of the flaws that SHACHI has as a whole. So first of all, his defenses are extremely low, as well as his HP. And an issue is all of his links only increase his attack. Also, by the way, on Noro, the attack increases were debuffed. Huh. So it used to be 30% attack increases on characters, and now I think it's 20% instead? Interesting. That's actually a change I didn't realize. That's good to know. But, so 20% for each of these, for links that typically are pretty difficult to have. Plus, if you have Noro, you're not going to use SHACHI on the same team, because Noro is such a better choice. Unless you're really trying to get the Ghoul Expulsion level up, which I guess is the viability of SHACHI. Because his entire thing, his second deals damage to all surrounding enemies. It'll hit everyone on the stage. It will not recover HP for a certain amount of time, meaning that the Gourmet skills are going to be very easy to counter, as well as SHACHI's just general moveset will be able to counter Hinamis. The issue is that's if his AI first procced his second, and if the second constantly procs and is constantly on the enemies, which you just can't guarantee here. just due to the fact that, so the Toxic Blood will do 300% of his attack to the enemy over the 12 seconds that it's on them, which is alright, that's okay. The issue is the passive, called Hatred Spread, only applies when he's alive. Now, the issue is, he's not going to be alive for long. With extremely low HP, at around 2,100 or so, and his OG state, by the way, this is not like end game stuff, it's just me judging it in the early game stuff. Physical defense of 209 on both physical defense and special defense, meaning that he'll take huge damage either way. And on top of that, only having buffs to his attack, he'll be a glass cannon for sure. But the issue is he feels like the SSR version of Yomo, where there is a place for him, and there is a section that you could easily put him into and use him for Ghoul Expulsion to get the most damage possible. But once he's dead, he's dead. There's literally nothing he can do to actually be viable after that. And if he dies in the first 5 seconds in an arena battle or any stage, you lost a character completely and gained nothing out of it in terms of advantage. It's weird, really. Drain, obviously, it stuns them. That's cool if you're trying to run, like, a build inside Ghoul Expulsion or something like that, or inside Organization Trials even. But I just don't see him being worth it right now. I feel like, low-key, this is a meta that's only going to work for people that are rushing to Tara. So I guess if you're going for that, he is pretty alright to invest in for the most part, up to 3-star, like only getting him unlocked, then stopping. But in general, I just don't see a real purpose to it. I guess if he was 5-star, he'd be worth it, but no one's gonna put that many into him, considering that Kuroiwa is just straight up a better character. First of all, he's an MT character, which already is a good sign because we lack. So we have an excess of DPS characters. DPS characters, we have so fucking many. And so many that do actually good things. Like Rize has her bleeding, which is Toxic Blood, but just better because you have to just normal attack to be able to proc it. Noro just straight up nukes entire teams in one attack. It's just better. And the overtime thing, it just doesn't feel like it's worth it compared to an MT character who is already struggling and having his own niche because there's so few characters inside that category, but also having attacks that just straight up do better effects. His first, if the target is below 40% HP, below half, basically after a Noro nuke. So for example, if Noro gets his third off, then does his first, they'll probably be below that amount. Then Kuroiwa comes up and he's like, here, let me sweep up that little bit of like scraps you have there. Let me just brap, and then he just fucking hits it, and it destroys all of them. And the thing is, it's an area of effect around him as well, so it's gonna hit more than just one enemy. So it's just gonna work. His second is called Reach. He holds the weapon with both hands, taunting surrounding enemies, meaning that they all go towards him to attack him, which is already like amazing. Only Kuzen has like a good taunt right now. And then he reduces their attack speed by 50% if he hits them, which already, that's basically half of Kuzen's passive, the main reason why people wanted to use him in the first place. Because his passive is when receiving attacks, he reduces the attacker's attack speed and movement speed. Now, obviously I have it pretty low, and it's only 25%, but a straight 50% downgrade via getting hit, 100% guaranteed to proc. It's gonna reduce their attack speed by half, and thereby completely nerf Noros, completely nerf SHACHIs even, or just anyone who needs to use their attack speed, normal attacks to actually do damage is fucked. There's no chance for them, which is what you need at this point in the game. The normal attacks are so dangerous for most enemies that it's, because Kaneki has a passive for normal attacks, Arima Narukami has one, Rize has one. Everyone's so focused on the normal attacks that that's a hard counter to most of the DPS characters in the game currently. He has the third, which is called Leader, which is get down on one knee, propose to someone, smash the ground with one punch, be Saitama, and enter the leader status after shocking nearby enemies. So basically, he becomes your primary and the one that people will focus the most in that case, as well as you getting like any leader passive for the characters around you. I actually don't know exactly what that entails, but it seems like it's a good thing. Also increases caster's damage reduction and shared damage received by teammates for 5 seconds. So the cooldown's 16 seconds, so roughly about a third of the cooldown is basically decent reduction by 30% of damage constantly. And that on top of his passive, where the teammate with the lowest HP receives a 10% damage reduction shield, that's a straight 40% decrease in damage via using his leader and that. And at 5-star, he also procs that on all teammates at all times. It's just a really good character, and I don't see any weaknesses currently. Granted, we still have to see gameplay of him, but I just don't see SHACHI being worth investing in when he's coming. And another issue we're running into, so this is speculation right now. This entire section of the video is going to be speculation towards what the game could be offering later. So what I'm assuming is we're going to be having a swap soon. After they release Kuroiwa Arata, that'll be the last SSR we have in the game. Now, I don't think they're going to announce new SSR units immediately. What I think they're going to do is run a time-limited event for Tatara to finally get him if you are missing him. And then Ghoul Expulsion's going to get a new SSR. I'm thinking it has to be the Owl, just because the secret boss is already Kuzen. And Owl just makes sense. Plus, his files are already inside the game and been shown to be used. So, look forward to that, I suppose. It would make sense to me for him to be the Ghoul Expulsion character, basically. He's such a good boss fight as well. It makes sense. And then I could see them announcing people that would go alongside all of these people. So, for example, the SSR units they dropped recently are Tsukiyama Gourmet, Arima Ixa, Noro, SHACHI, Kuroiwa Arata, Yamori Hafkakuja, and Tatara. Now, if I were to speculate based on those characters, as you guys already know, I've done this before, but I'm going to go through it again. Kuroiwa Arata is going... I need to stop saying the full name, I just need to say Arata. Is going to link with Shinohara. SSR Shinohara has to be coming with his Arata armor, basically, with a link to this Arata. And I have a feeling it's going to be a new DPS character that's just going to be fantastic, but we'll see once that comes. So that's probably going to be the link there, because most SSRs have SSR links. This guy, he links with Tatara. Arima Ixa, he actually links with Tatara as well. It's just how it works so far. SHACHI, I could see having links with Hafkakuja Kaneki, just because they fought in the Coakley basement that one time, and Kaneki got completely fucked. And then also, Kaneki fought Shinohara in the anime, in Route A, in the Hafkakuja, in that exact same scenario, so I could see a link there if they ended up doing a double SSR link. But I could see them doing that if they wanted to get money off of people buying all the links for Kaneki, because he's the most hyped unit right now. But we'll see. I could see Eto being released, and her having links with the new Ghoul Expulsion Owl, as well as Tatara. But we'll see. Yamori Hafkakuja, I could see linking with Kaneki as well, but I see that a lot more, or a lot less likely here, at least. I could see the Hafkakuja Kaneki having Yamori R purple as a link, so I might want to power him up to purple at some point, but we'll see, really. I'm trying to think for Tsukiyama Gourmet. I honestly can only think of, like... I could see them dropping, like, a good SSR Yomo to go alongside this Gourmet, or Uta. Actually, Uta would make the most sense to go alongside Gourmet for links. Just because they did interact, and I feel like Uta low-key doesn't really have anyone to link with aside from him inside SSR category right now, and they do want to drop him at some point because he is a very relevant character extremely soon inside the anime. So, yeah. That's basically all I wanted to cover for now. Just kind of a basic overview of the current event and what I personally think is worth doing currently. It doesn't seem viable to actually invest fully into the SSRs when we have such weird... I forget what I was saying. I was interrupted and I have no idea what I was saying. God damn it. Shit. But yeah, so we don't know what SSR units are coming soon, so it's hard to speculate based on what we currently have inside the game. But I can guarantee you that OWL SSR will be coming soon, probably after the current batch. So after Errata IWAO is probably when we're going to start getting the newer SSRs announced. So likely in about 2 weeks, we're going to see him dropped, and we'll see how that goes. I'll probably end up getting him just because, first of all, he's fantastic, and second of all, I like it. I'll take it. I'm probably going to try and prioritize getting his links up before he actually comes out. So ranking up Marude. That's it. That's all I need. Marude I need, but other than that, I am fine. And he's going to have a lot of HP once it gets to purple. So I'm going to start saving up evolution cells, as well as start saving up, or get Marude to purple, and we'll see how he goes the moment he comes out. So I'll see you guys then. Probably going to be a little bit of a break on videos like this, but I'll see you then. Bye for now, and I'll see you guys later. Yeah.